Well, of all the many luminaries of the vaudeville era, one name stands out to me as one of the giants of that era, Bert Williams. To me, Bert Williams personifies the contradiction at the core of our character as a nation. In an era of vicious racism and segregation, he was a black performer who was loved and admired by both black and white audiences. He was one of the great comic actors of the previous century, and yet, in deference to the bigotry of those white audiences, he had to perform in blackface. A grotesque parody of his actual appearance. Now, Williams seems to have been an intelligent and sensitive man who understood the bizarre contradictions of his position. His Follies co-star, W.C. Fields, once described Bert Williams as the funniest man I ever saw and the saddest man I ever knew. His influence can still be heard to this day. In fact, if you were at the Ambassador Theater on 49th Street in New York tonight at around 9:30, you could hear a song inspired by Bert Williams in the musical Chicago, the original subtitle of which was A Musical Vaudeville. If someone stood up in a crowd and raised his voice up way out loud and waved his arms and shook his leg, you'd notice him. If someone in the movie show yelled fire in the second row, the whole place is a powder keg, you'd notice him. And even without clucking like a hen, everyone gets noticed now and then. Unless, of course, that personage should be invisible, inconsequential, me. Bert Williams' trademark character was a kind of hapless, sad sack everyman. He was the inspiration for the song Mr. Cellophane in the musical Chicago. Now, the character was known as Mr. Nobody after the 1905 song that introduced him. The song was Bert Williams' greatest hit, and it was a song for which Bert Williams wrote the music. When life seems full of clouds and rain, and I am filled with naught but pain, who soothes my thumpin', bumpin' brain? Nobody. When winter comes with snow and sleet, and me with hunger and cold feet, who says here's 2 bits, go and eat? Nobody. I never done nothing to nobody. I ain't never got nothing from nobody, no time. And until I get something from somebody sometime, I don't intend to do nothing for nobody, no time. When Bert Williams joined the cast of the all-white Ziegfeld Follies in 1910, some of his co-stars demanded that Ziegfeld fire him. Ziegfeld refused. I can replace every one of you, he said. Not Bert Williams. The story is told of a time when Bert Williams walked into the bar of the Astor Hotel in New York in order to drink. The white bartender said, "That'll be $50. Bert Williams reached into his pocket, pulled out a roll of hundreds, and said, "A round for everybody in the house. On me." On stage, the toast to Broadway. Off stage, when summer comes all cool and clear, and friends all see me drawing near, who says, come on and have a beer? No one. When I scheme and when I plan to look the very best I can, who says there goes a handsome man? Nobody. I ain't never done nothing to nobody. I ain't never got nothing from nobody, no time. And until I get something from somebody sometime, I don't intend to do nothing for nobody, no time. I tell you, I ain't never done nothing to nobody. I ain't never got nothing from nobody, no time. And until I get something from somebody sometime, I don't intend to do nothing for nobody, no